This message is going to be for the sign of Pisces. I'm sure you can tell this is a brand new day for me. Second time I've done your video. The first one yesterday was insane. And I was like, I'm not posting that shit. I'm not doing that. It had to do with, as you can probably guess, your haters, you know, aka fans, because they're watching everything you're doing 24/7. It had to do with like an ex of yours, vice versa. This could be you. This will be somebody who's petty, who has not grown up, not mature, can't let stuff go, holds on to grudges, really judgmental. If they can't have their way with somebody romantically, then they become an adversary and talk shit about them behind their back and create a little posse and group where they ha 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 ha, make fun and stuff, always bringing up their ex's personal name and information to people that they're dating now and their friends who have no connection to this person whatsoever, no connection to you whatsoever, vice versa if you're doing this. So I'm not talking about that person. They can keep that shit over there, and they're going to answer for it if they're not already. Today, I'm getting a very different energy. I had to sleep on it, so I do apologize for the delay, but not really though. I want to give you quality. And what I was experiencing yesterday was not a quality person. It was not someone who has a good heart or even a moral conscience. Okay, they're hurting and they're upset, and so they wanted you to hurt, so they can keep that, like I said, that shit over there. The one I get today, and I think this is a very different person. It does not feel the same. My cats are already playing. They're not fighting though right now. They're just playing heavily. Is somebody wants you to respond, or they want to connect with you. They want to talk. Okay, I don't know if they've already messaged you, vice versa, and they're like wondering if you've seen it or wondering if you're gonna take them up on their offer. Vice versa. Take them up on their offer, or maybe you're wondering if somebody's gonna take you up on your offer. What it feels like to me is you want to hang out, it feels new, feels pretty new as in the level that you and another person are taking it, or the level that a person wants to take it with you is fairly new. Doesn't mean you just met them, but it's like what you and another person, at least one of you, is really hopeful to or anticipating growing. It's new. You've not taken this to this level with said person before. So I don't know how you would feel about this, vice versa. Like perhaps there's somebody here who's not completely ready. That's the vibe I get, which is fine. I think people freak out about that. No, I don't think this person's freaking out about it. I think they would just they would be excited if you were to, you know, be as ready as they are right now. But perhaps you're not. Perhaps you've got a lot of things going on. Maybe you're still going through your healing. Maybe you're still going through some sort of, you're just going through something in your life, okay? Not everybody's looking for romance. Not everybody's looking to go jump into a marriage and relationship or even date for a long time and get into one. You know, right now, times are changing. Some people right now are like, nah, I spent half my life doing that. I'm focusing on me now, and I'm focusing on my kids or my kid, and I don't need to focus on anything else. You know, I'm not even concerned with that. And if that makes me a big old bad meanie, then fine, I'll take it. Think what you want. You know, I don't know, but I don't get that. Here's what I think. I think someone could also be kind of rather defensive here, but they're not meaning to be, or you're not meaning to be. It's because someone is just, oh, they've been through the ringer. They've been through the fucking ringer. So they're not just gonna, or you are not just gonna let anybody in. I think this will be someone who understands that though, and they're like, oh, I'm just asking to hang out or talk or get to know you. But it's like, yeah, but then I know what happens when you get to know somebody, and then we're gonna get a little cozier and get a little more comfortable, and you know. Now I gotta tell you what else I'm picking up on. This is for a different group of you. Some of you here, there's a person, I don't know who this is, that's like either with a person right now, they're taken, they're married, they're in a relationship, or they have, like, they're in between, back and forth between them and an ex, like being single or getting back with this ex, but they're still heavily linked, willingly heavily linked, or you are. See what I'm saying? And then meanwhile, they're trying to like get to know you, trying to message you, trying to get a little cozier with you, but there's still either someone they're with or a connection, a heavy connection to a past person that, again, would be willing on their part. So you can get involved in that if you want, vice versa. If you're here for Pisces, just know, I mean, the vibe I get from that is, if this were to be a really good thing, if this were to be promising, I'd give up on my ex, or I'd give up on my partner I'm with now. I'd leave them for you. If this were to work out and I were to know that, like, you wanted me the same way I want you, I'd leave them in the dust. I'd divorce. I'd quit talking to them. You know what I mean? Now, we could even have two people who are not really happy with their current situation, whatever that is. So they, like, talk to each other and flirt with each other, or this is what someone's wanting to do. You know what I mean? I'm not going to drag this out. This message is, I mean, it's still not great, but it's a lot better than the one before. Now, if you're completely single and you're like, this is not even sort of resonating with me, I am completely single and I'm open and ready for true relationship, then whoever you have your eye on is not. I'm telling you right now, vice versa. And that don't mean it's a personal thing. I don't think you're taking it personally. Some people do, though. You know, oh my God, they're not. Is it me? Like, why is it? Oh, you don't want me? Fine, I don't want you. And it's like, okay, I'm glad I didn't want you now, because you, like, chill out. You know, some people just got their own shit going on. Some people went from relationship to relationship to relationship, and they're just kind of enjoying getting on their own shit now before they try to focus on anything else and complicate shit. So some of you, if that's the case, and you're, you know, you're ready and you're serious, reverse this if you need to. Again, the person that you care about, that you have your eyes set on, I hate brawls and it's making me sweat and my pits are sweaty. That person's going through major transformation, and the best thing to do would be like a reliable friend to that person right now, and to get to know them on that level and not come too heavy at them, because I gather this individual's had a lot of trauma or a lot of maybe even abuse. And when you've come from a place of a lot of trauma or abuse, that's you have to have patience with people like that. You know, you have to give them time, and it doesn't, not like a, and if you have a certain time limit in your life where, like, I would like certain things to happen in my life, then I wouldn't even wait on this person, you know, and I wouldn't be upset and angry with them, vice versa, because they're on their own path, you know. There's plenty of other people in the world. So if somebody's taking too long for you, find someone else. And that may seem like blunt, but it is blunt, you know. Vice versa, if somebody's wanting you, but they feel like, you know, or well, maybe Pisces isn't interested. Maybe it's not that Pisces is not interested. Maybe it's that Pisces is just getting themselves together and is focused on them. They are first in their life. God is first in their life. Whoever, their children, their child, if they have them, are close or is close in their life, are first. I can't even speak. See, I feel like this message feels like somebody is not ready. I literally see somebody taking a cake out of the oven before it's done, and it just caves in the middle. It's not done. I don't know what to say, you know. Oh yeah, I do want to touch on this before I go. I'm not saying this is everybody, but for somebody here, or a group of Pisces, some of you are in a really unhealthy relationship. I'm just going to keep it real. And you may not see it as an unhealthy relationship, but it is. It's based around sex only. Okay, and it appears as love because the two of you have known each other so long, or because something, but it's just a sexual connection is all it is. Hypersexual, maybe even too much, so where it's imbalanced. You know, it's interesting to me how people think that they have like really healthy relationships. Like, this is gonna offend people, but I don't give a shit. This is the fucking truth. But yet they watch you slowly kill yourself by smoking or drinking, which people will be like, oh, that's fine, let people do them. Yes, you can do you, but you also need to know the precautions, and that's why we have doctors. That's why we have doctors and stuff, because they're not gonna be like, oh yeah, just do you, bitch. No, they're gonna tell you straight up, this will kill you. Like, these things will kill you, okay? You know why I know? I'm not talking out of my ass, because they told me the same thing. So how does somebody genuinely love you because y'all so often. But yet at the same time, they're watching you kill yourself slowly. That ain't love. Love would say exactly what you would say to your child. Hey, baby, you know, I do love you. No matter what you do, I support you and I love you. And of course, you're going to make your own decisions, but you just need to know and be aware of the possible future outcome if you continue on this path. I mean, that's love. That's what love does. So some people here in an unhealthy, toxic relationship that they think is healthy, and it's like, but it's not though. What about that is healthy? My allergies are like really bad today. You know what I mean? And that's the fucking truth. Love doesn't watch somebody that they care about love, like really love. They don't sit back and watch without saying something. Now, of course, you can't force anyone, and you love them no matter what. You accept people as they are, but it doesn't mean you still don't speak up and say something like, hey, you know, I'm just letting you know that, you know, 1 drink leads into 2 drinks, leads into 20, leads into 50, leads into cirrhosis, okay? Right now, you're just a social drinker, but later on, I mean, I'm seeing a little habit here. I'm seeing something, you know, or somebody may be like, look, smoking a little too much weed, and you can make the excuses all day long. I used to do it. Everybody does it with marijuana. Everybody. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Been there. And not that long ago. And it's like, oh no, it's just weed. It's not even like cigarettes. It's not. But do you know, I actually know a man right now who's like, no shit, who has a medical diagnosis. He's still alive, but from weed. From smoking too much weed. You know, that's like a real thing. People don't know it because they're like, oh, I just make it. Everybody wants to make excuses. You could do it with food, anything, you know. Eating disorder, 16 plus years. Just, I'm still trying to overcome it, and I'm very blunt and very candid and open about this. I am trying to help people, which means that I say things, even if it outs myself and shows my negative shit, so that it just shows people that I'm aware and currently working on, and that some things I've already worked through, and if you do this, this is a potential of what could happen. You cannot tell me somebody loves you just because y'all can claim that you've had a label for a long time of like husband and wife, wife, husband, whatever the label, that they love you because you've been through thick and thin, but yet they're watching you kill yourself slowly. Or the sex is good, or we fuck like, oh my God. I don't give a shit how good sex is. If you're literally watching me die, you don't love me. You don't genuinely fucking love me. Love would be like, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. It would be like intervention. I'm still gonna love you, but I'm not gonna enable you, and I'm gonna tell you everyday shit you don't want to hear. Because you're killing yourself. Now, I don't know why I'm picking up on that on the end, because I done went way over, but y'all see what I'm saying here? Love don't do that. Love would say, you know, no. Love would tell somebody, whether you're in a relationship or not, love would be like, hey, maybe you should rethink some of your friends that you think you have. You know, you can love a lot of people and you can accept everybody for how they are, but that doesn't mean that you have to keep them in your close proximity or let just anybody in your house. Like, people carry energy, you know, like you've got these people, all this, they start a bunch of drama, and then you wonder why it's the good people leave your life, why they don't want anything to do with you, vice versa, because you hang out with the wrong crowd. Who run their mouth, who gossip, who are into a whole bunch of like just dumb petty shit. Like, I'm not aware and wasn't aware that we're still in fucking middle school, right? This is what I'm talking about here. And the people think that like the one who genuinely cares about you is crazy because they start standing up and being a bitch, you know? And it's like, well, yeah, of course I am, because you hanging out with some stupid ass people who are acting like fucking teenagers. And this is why our connection is no more, or won't be at all. Because I'm not going to do that. I don't care about having a whole lot of friends. In fact, I don't care about having any. Especially if it means that it's going to invite more demons into my life that I worked so hard to get rid of. When I'm still currently trying to work through some of them. Bitch, I don't need that. I could be bad all by myself. I could be alone all by myself. I could be awful all by myself. I don't need... No. And a person who genuinely loves you, a true friend, a true lover, a true partner who cares, is going to be like, hey, I love you through it. I love you no matter what, but that also doesn't mean I'm going to partake in it with you. It doesn't mean I'm going to stick around and watch it happen. It doesn't, no. What I'm going to do is tell you what you really don't want to hear. And not because I'm saying, and this won't be a person who's going to tell you what you don't want to hear, but they're coming from a place of like ignorance themselves. Like, you know what, I think that you really shouldn't do this, but then meanwhile they're doing something else just as equally, just as bad in the other way, you know? This would be coming from a person who's worked on themselves, who currently works on themselves, and they've worked through something already, all by their damn selves, vice versa. And they're telling you because they know they're coming from a place of understanding. Not because they're just speaking out their asshole, but because they know and they've already worked on it and fixed the issue. You see what I'm saying? Because otherwise, like what you see in society is a whole lot of people, we've all done it, we've all had it. And then it's just like the blind blinding the blind. You know, they have all, these are my friends. And it's like, what friends? The advice and the shit they're giving you and talking to you and all the gossip, like literally everyday gossip about somebody, just every fucking day. That's not a damn friend. Like somebody is always running their mouth here about other people. I mean, everybody, it don't matter. And it's like, I'm turning that off. I'm not going to listen to it. I'm not going to talk to these people. I don't need these friends in my life. Like, you know, but then they wonder why they lose the right ones in their life. They get mad at that person. You know, they get mad at someone for not wanting to be in their life anymore. And it's like, well, consider who you hang around, for one. Consider that you run your fucking mouth about everybody, but somebody don't want to do that here. They're like, me? What, me? No, I'm a sweetheart. Everybody, like, I would do anything for you. It's like, and also gossip. And also keep the wrong company. And also, these are the same people who are like, let's go kick it. Let's get drunk together. Let's get fucked up. Let's get high together. Like, that's fine. No judgment. You do you, but I'm just telling you that eventually that shit's going to catch up to you. And if you don't believe me, consult a doctor, okay? Consult a doctor. Or consult somebody who's already went through it. You know? Like vaping, that's a good example. I gotta go. I have to go to the doctor, but vaping is a good example. I used to vape. I've smoked and vaped. I've smoked cigarettes. In fact, April 14th will be 4 years I've been smoke-free. Cigarette smoke-free. But, as far as like vaping goes, you know, a lot of people be like, well, I don't smoke cigarettes, or even I don't smoke weed or whatever. I just vape. But do you know that it's just as bad, if not worse, as cigarettes and weed and all of it? It's not natural, none of it, and none of it's fucking healthy. And people will try to make excuses, but I bet if you ask those poor fucking teenagers right now, and people like me who have fucked up lungs from doing it, I bet you if you asked us and really sat down with us and you consulted our specialist, our lung specialist who went to fucking school for it, who are 10 times smarter than us, who've seen x-rays and images of our lungs, and some of them who are hospitalized right now, fucking little kids, okay, from vaping and thinking that it's okay. If you would have asked them, I bet they would have said, I wish I would have listened. That was a true friend trying to tell me not to do that. My mom and dad really, you know, whoever tried to tell them not to do it, that they really meant something, because I regret it now. But we're all out here thinking it's looking cool and shit because we can light it up, because we can tilt it back, because we can hang out and get fucked up because we're talking about who we fuck until our health is compromised. And then we're like, oh shit, blah, 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 blah. Like, listen, you ever heard of that saying? I mentioned it not long ago. Learn from other people's mistakes, because you don't know if you're going to live long enough to make them all on your own. Yourself. I wish that my dumb ass would have seen that shit. Anytime I talk about something, it's not me preaching, it's not me being holier than thou. It's because I've literally fucking done it. Everything I've said. You think I want to get on here and talk about this shit? Some of the shit that I fucking say? No. I mean, now I guess it's all out there now. But no, hell no. But how am I actually making a difference or helping anybody if I'm not? You can listen if you want to listen or not. Now, this went a whole different direction than it started off, but I felt like this needed to be said right here at the end. All right, guys. And this may not even be for you. It could be totally reversed. Maybe you've been that to somebody. You've been that they just don't listen and then think you're the bad guy and got a whole lot to run their fucking mouth about you. And it's like, keep going. Because one day you're going to look back and be like, damn, they were really a good person in my life and a good example. And you shit on the wrong one. Keep that crowd, keep that company you've got, and one day you're going to live to regret it, or die to regret it. Love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.